Thanks guys for joining in. I appreciate it. You guys taking the time to watch all this. I'm gonna do a series on bush medicine. I'm gonna show you guys how to properly make infusions, decoctions, proper dosages of certain plants, how to harvest, how to collect, and how to preserve your medicine to keep in your pack or in your apothecary. So that's a few things I'm going to show. But today, I went out last week and I collected some Yerba Santa. Yerba Santa I use all the time. I ran out, so that's another reason why I wanted to collect some. So I'm going to show you guys how to properly dry out your plants. I just got a baking sheet here, you can use that. So let me show you the plant first. Let me get a good leaf so you can see. That's not a good one. Let me see. Let me get you a nice big leaf so you can see what this plant looks like. Okay. This is Yerba Santa. It's a little bit fuzzy on top. It's smoother on the back. There's 4 species of Yerba Santa that I know of in California. When you break it up and you smell it, it's got a really nice smell, like cherry, cough drop kind of. All the species smell the same, but the leaf structures are going to be a little different. So as you can see on this side, I have the leaves separated from the stem, and this will help dry it out faster than on the stem, like this. You can dry it out like this on the stem, but it will take longer. So if you want to dry it out quickly, take them off the stem, lay them out in your drying rack here, and just put it in a nice cool place, and it'll dry it out real nice, and you can keep it. So you'll know if it's dry or not because they'll just break like that, and they're nice and dry. So you can put them in a bag, a plastic bag or something like that. But if they aren't, put them in a plastic bag, they're gonna mold, and then they're no good anymore. So that's how you go ahead and dry it out. Now, why this plant? Medicinal properties of this plant. Well, this plant is good for pain, any kind of rheumatism pain. Its main functions are pain and any chest ailments for the chest, and cold and flu. But its main property is for the chest. Asthma, bronchitis, any kind of flu, any issues of that nature, this is going to be the bomb for. Now, excuse me a second. Close this door. So this is what this plant's going to be used for mostly. Chest infections. I'm sure it also works for tuberculosis too, but who knows? Don't quote me on that. So, let me tell you a little story. This is just a recent story. I have treated myself when I had chest infections and cold. I make a tea out of it. It's really good also to smoke it if you have chest issues. Smoking the plant will administer it directly to your lungs, which will be quicker. Now, drinking the tea is going to allow your whole body to absorb it, which will in turn help with the more of the analgesic properties of it, which means it will allow the pain relieving aspect of it to go through your whole body. So I treated it when I had lung infection and cold, and it cured me within less than 2 days. This plant will also, your first time taking it, it will give you a little bit of dizziness in the beginning. Since it's so strong, it will give you a little bit of dizziness. So you need to, be aware of that. And you need to make sure that you know exactly what this looks like. So hopefully I gave you guys a pretty good look of what it looks like. Again, the smell is very, very, very wonderful. The smell. I'm mostly making this video that I came with this idea of making this series is for YouTube friend of mine, Simon, Simon Discoveries. Really cool dude. He's got a lot of cool videos, a lot more viewers than I do. So I'm mostly making this for him. He just moved from Europe over here to California. So hopefully this will help him out. I'm gonna show a book that will really help everyone out, not just in California. So, sorry, before it slips my mind, I had a friend of mine come up to me and said, hey, my mom, she has really bad asthma, chronic asthma, and she is tired of taking these pharmaceuticals, and she wants to find a natural method, natural means to help her with it. So I said, okay, well, I have a spine called Yerba Santa, and it's mostly used for chest infections and asthma and whatnot. So I showed him how to make a tea, an infusion, how much to put in, and he talked to me a couple days later, and he said, hey, you know what, this stuff is great, my mom is feeling so good, she can sleep at nighttime, she can breathe really well, she says it's great, it's working for her. And I was like, that's wonderful, great, I know it works good, but I'm glad to hear it from somebody else that it's working good for them. So the more knowledge you know about these plants, the more you realize that this stuff really works. I've had lacerations to the bone, and I've treated myself with medicinal plants, and they've healed myself better than stitches. Or it's when you really start getting into this, and you're like, man, this stuff really works. You get excited. So it's so important to know these things out in the woods, because our supply of normal medicine is going to run out. That's just a fact. You need to know these things, especially in an emergency. I think it's very important. Also, too, you can make infusions and decoctions and teas and whatnot when they're green. You chop them up and then make your tea. I'm going to do a video on how to properly make one. But when you dry them out, it releases the medicinal properties, more of it out of the individual leaves. It will release more of it. So you have to use less of the plant. So the book that I mostly use is my Bible when it comes to medicinal plants is this one, Native American Medicinal Plants by Daniel E. Moorman, however you say that. As you can see, I have just tons of sticky notes, just tons of it, of just my reading and knowledge and trying to know as much as I can. So this book is good for, it'll explain all the tribes that use what plants, how they use them, in all of United States. So let's take a look at Yerba Santa on my little tag there. Let's see. This is a scientific name, California Yerba Santa. This is one of the tribes. So anti-rheumatic. Branches and leaves used in a steam bath for rheumatism. Rheumatism is pain of the joints. Pain of the joints. Steam burned branches and leaves used for rheumatism. Cold remedy. Juice of chewed plants. So in a pinch, instead of making a tea, you can chew on the leaves. It will help also with that. Swallowed for colds. Pulmonary aid, again for your chest. Whooping cough. And you can just see just tons and tons and tons and tons of what they use it for. Karak tribe, Kewisu, Mendocino Indian, Miwok. So all these tribes use this plant for certain something. So we got analgesic. So analgesic means pain in general, pain reliever. Decoction of leaves used as a wash for sore parts, so it's good for, when you have sores or cuts or anything like that. Fatigued limbs, again, you would use it for that. Headaches, also if you chew on it, it'll help with headaches. Poultice on your head. Blood medicine is a blood purifier. A lot of plants are blood purifiers. Cold remedy, which works very well. Respiratory aid, so it's mostly used for respiratory aid. Chewed or smoked for asthma. Oh, here we go. See, tuberculosis remedy. Decoction of plant used for tuberculosis. Ta-da! There you go. See, so this plant is very, very strong. Pneumonia, again, chest issues. Anything with your chest, this is the bomb. Anti-rheumatic, internal, again, if you have pain inside. Abrasions, flowers taken for stomach ache, so it's going to soothe your stomach, so it will relieve nausea, stomach pain, anything like that. So you can see it goes all the way down. Cough man infused. So this is just explaining that what the Indians use it for. They pretty much use it all the same. Rheumatism, blah blah blah. So use it all for the same thing. So yeah, I suggest if you want to learn more about medicinal plants, read this book. Also to join forums, I would say on Facebook that people are into these, botany and all those kinds of things. And I have one that I've joined on Facebook where I can take a picture of a plant I don't know and post it on there, and they'll let me know what it is, and then I'll go ahead, look into this book, find the name, and bam, it'll tell me what it's used for. And then I'll memorize that plant, make sure I know exactly what it looks like, so when I go out there, I know what it is and know what I can do with it. So if you guys like this video and you want to see some more, or questions about anything else, please comment, like, share, and subscribe, because I do appreciate you guys' comments, and I do read all of them. So with that, thanks guys for watching. See you in hopefully part 2. Take care.